Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this week there's some more Apple updates. Apple has had to pull some different apps from the App Store in different countries, and there's more from third-party developers as well. This is your weekly Apple app update for the third week of April 2024. Now, Apple has updated the Sports app this past week, and many people didn't even know Apple had a Sports app. And while it can be kind of basic, we have the NBA playoffs. We also have NHL playoffs as well. And then also coming a little bit later, we're going to have NFL when the season starts. I've talked about this before where they keep adding to this, and I would love to see them maybe add the Olympics this summer and much more. So hopefully they keep adding more and more to this. Apple updated an Apple Arcade game this past week with their game room that now allows you to play checkers not only on your iPhone or maybe iPad, but also with Vision Pro. So you can now play that virtually with someone or play it online or anything else. So that's available now. And one thing Apple actually had to remove this past week, which is not really a surprise for many though, is WhatsApp, Threads, Signal, as well as Telegram, according to the Chinese government. They actually requested that they get rid of these apps in that country, and so Apple has removed them specifically from China. So no more WhatsApp, Threads, Telegram, or Signal. Now, as far as those using Threads, there's actually now a real-time search for users, but not necessarily for everyone. So if you're searching for something, you may see some new search options or real-time search, and that will be showing up for many users. It's not available for everyone, but search is showing up for quite a few people that allows for personalized real-time searches. Also this week, the big news was Apple now allows emulators on the App Store. There was an emulator that was pushed out, then one was pulled. But if we go in and take a look, actually we don't even have to search for it. If we just go to apps and then we go to the top free apps, so we have top free, you'll see Delta Game Emulator. This allows you to play many of your favorite games. If you've owned them before, you can then load them in the emulator, and you'll see it allows for Delta builds upon the strength of its predecessors, GBA for iOS. That allows things such as NES, SNES, N64, and DS. However, Nintendo may actually go after them and make them remove the app as they've done that in the past. So we'll have to see if they do something like that. But if you have the games and you own them, typically you could load those games and try them out and use them with different controllers as well. So if you want to do that, it's available now, and it's free to download in the United States and many other places as well. Now, X or Twitter may soon be charging a small fee, and this was a bit controversial, and this is only for new users that are signing up. They may be charged a small fee to allow for getting rid of a lot of those bots that we see. Now, those bots are showing up not only on X, but also YouTube, Facebook, Threads, and other places I've seen them as well. Sometimes you post a new video and you have a bunch of bot comments. The same is true with X and other systems such as Facebook as well. So hopefully that would get rid of some, but I don't know that that's the best way to go about it. But it would only last for about 3 months, and it's only for new users. You wouldn't actually have to pay to use it regularly. When it comes to the Arc browser, they've actually updated the Arc search icon. This more closely matches what we had with the Arc browser itself. So Arc had sort of an odd icon before, and if we go to the App Store and search for Arc search, you'll see that we have Arc search and then sidebar sync for Arc members. So it brought it more closely to what we had before with that, and it's been updated with a new icon. It's not huge news, but just something I thought I'd mention. While TikTok could be banned in the United States at some point, they recently launched a new app in Canada and Australia called TikTok Notes. This is sort of an Instagram competitor that allows you to post photos and comments and more, but it isn't available everywhere. If I go to open the app, you'll see that it fails because we don't have it in the United States. So you may or may not have the option for this, but it's something that maybe we'll get very soon as a competitor to Instagram. But maybe they're waiting to see what happens with all of the things with TikTok in the United States first. Also, MLB is an app that's used widely by many people, and it seems that they've removed the app on the Mac App Store. So if you have a Mac, you're using it on that, and maybe you were using it, it was crashing regularly. Instead of fixing it, they've actually removed it, and that's the official MLB app. So if we go to MLB and you have it on your iPhone, they haven't removed it here, but they have removed it on the Mac for some reason. So whether or not they fix this and bring it back is hard to say. Now, there's been some really nice updates this week from Adobe. Adobe, you can see here, I just had some of the apps showing, and we've got tons of different things, but Adobe Express is a new AI photo video editor. This is something they launched this week. It was previously in beta, and it uses Firefly AI. It allows you to easily create different looks for a project using text, as well as combining video, images, and music with animations, captions, and more to help you create those. So that's available now if you want to check it out. And it looks like it's something that maybe I could even use as well. But let me know if you're using this already. And also, to go along with this, Adobe Premiere got a major update this past week with AI tools that allow you to remove objects or even create video in the app using text. So lots of generative AI things going on. They have a full video about it on YouTube, and I'll link it in the description. But that's a pretty major update, and hopefully we see Apple bring things like that to Final Cut Pro and more. We're really missing some of those features, but maybe they're waiting until the next version of iOS with iOS 18 and macOS 15 to bring some of those AI features. WhatsApp had a nice update this past week, and if you haven't installed it already, it will help you actually find things with chat filters. You'll see they had a blog post about it where it says find messages faster with chat filters. Keep chats organized with those filters. And if we scroll down, you can sort with all, unread, or groups, and then possibly keywords as well so that you can find what you're looking for. So that should help you sort of organize those, and if you have a ton of different chats, find them a little bit easier. Spotify may finally get lossless audio. Spotify has long been sort of missing this feature for some reason, and in the latest version of the code from the Android version, it was actually found by The Verge that it has some code for what's called Music Pro subscriptions and could include that lossless audio along with it. So that could be coming as soon as May, it looks like, and then we could finally have lossless audio across that, Apple Music, Tidal, and others. So it looks like that's something that could roll out very soon, as it's been one of the major things that's been missing from Spotify itself. Also, there's an app I wanted to tell you about that's come to the iPhone this past week that's actually been on the Mac and iPad for some time. It's actually a calculator app, sort of with a notepad and a calculator, called Solver 3. So you'll see it says convert currencies, you have dates, convert units, and work with rates, and sort of more information that you can put in there and use it as a more advanced calculator to work with what you need. So that's available now if you actually want to use it. And again, it's been long available on the Mac and iPad, but just not the iPhone. The Vision Pro got some nice updates this week as well. If you have an Apple Vision Pro, we're starting to see some apps roll out from other third-party developers. The first one is from Best Buy, which actually has a new app that allows you to see what different items can look like in a room, whether that's a washer and dryer or something else, so you can use that augmented reality with it. Also, Microsoft published OneNote for Apple Vision Pro as well. We don't have a little bit of everything from all of these major developers yet, but as the platform grows, we'll probably see more and more standardized apps throughout. But right now, it's a little bit slim as far as what the apps are, even though there's over 1,000 of them. So hopefully Apple sort of fixes the way you see that with Apple Vision Pro. Another app that was updated this week that's one of my favorites, and it's always on my home screen, is Craft. They keep updating this. Previously, we had the Easter update. One day ago, we actually have a new update that says elevate your experience with every tap. Get ready to dive into a smoother, more intuitive craft environment. So they're rolling out a bunch of quality of life enhancements and much more. It definitely seems a little bit smoother, a little bit easier to use, and there's new card types, as they call it, as well as iPhone zoom and more. So this is something that I actually use every day to sort of have all of my notes for videos like this in and just make them organized and look pretty great. So it's great to see them continually update them. And that's one of the reasons I subscribe to that app. And it's not a paid sponsorship, but having a company that actually focuses on one thing to make the app great is better than maybe Apple having a ton of people working on a ton of different apps. I find the focus on the app to be great because they're working on one or two apps altogether. So those are all the major updates this past week for your iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Vision Pro. As we sort of go on and learn what more and more people are using, I'll be sure to cover those as well. And if there's any specific updates you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.